They tell you you're too much, too intense, too serious. That moment when you voice an uncomfortable truth and watch as faces tighten around you, not in thoughtful consideration, but in barely concealed discomfort, while others move through life following invisible scripts, chasing promotions, accumulating possessions, performing social rituals, you find yourself paralyzed by deeper questions. Why does no one else seem to notice the emptiness behind it all? Why does speaking honestly feel like committing some unspoken crime? This isn't social awkwardness. This is what happens when you develop what Schopenhauer called the curse of consciousness, the terrible gift of seeing through society's carefully constructed illusions, and what he discovered about how civilization treats such clear-seeing individuals should terrify anyone who values truth over comfort. The rejection follows a predictable pattern, one that has repeated throughout human history with eerie consistency. First comes the awkward silence when you articulate what everyone feels but dares not say. Then the subtle distancing, fewer invitations, conversations that stay safely superficial. Finally, the outright exclusion, often disguised as concern. You're so brilliant, but we love you, but the message is clear: conform or be cast out. Schopenhauer experienced this firsthand, while his philosophical rival Hegel packed lecture halls with comforting lies about historical progress and human perfectibility. Schopenhauer's more accurate but brutal assessments played to empty rooms. The same society that would later hail him as one of Germany's greatest minds first ignored and ridiculed him for daring to expose uncomfortable truths about the human condition. This pattern of persecuting truth-tellers is as old as civilization itself. Socrates was executed for corrupting the youth with his relentless questioning. Galileo was forced to recant his astronomical discoveries because they threatened religious dogma. Nietzsche was dismissed as mad when his insights became too uncomfortable. The list goes on. Van Gogh, Kafka, Turing, minds too brilliant for their time. First rejected, then later revered. Why does this happen? Schopenhauer identified several fundamental reasons that remain just as relevant today. First, most people don't actually want truth. They want comfort. They construct elaborate psychological defenses, what we now call cognitive biases, to protect their worldview from challenging facts. The intelligent person, by simply existing, threatens these fragile constructions. Second, society runs on unspoken agreements to pretend certain fictions are real, that busy work equals productivity, that consumerism brings happiness, that social hierarchies reflect merit. The intelligent mind spots these fictions immediately and struggles to play along convincingly. Third, and perhaps most painfully, intelligence creates an unavoidable gulf in perception. What seems obvious to you appears incomprehensible to others. Schopenhauer noted that talent hits a target no one else can hit. Genius hits a target no one else can see. This difference in perception leads inevitably to isolation. Modern research has confirmed Schopenhauer's insights in disturbing detail. Studies show high IQ individuals report significantly less life satisfaction in youth. Gifted children experience social rejection at much higher rates. Workplace team players are promoted over critical thinkers. Most people prefer confident idiots over uncertain geniuses. The intelligent person thus faces a terrible dilemma. Dumb yourself down for acceptance, or maintain your integrity and face isolation. Schopenhauer's solution was radical. Embrace the isolation. A man can be himself only so long as he is alone, he wrote. Not lonely, but alone, freed from the distorting pressure of social expectations. This path isn't easy. It requires developing what the Stoics called inner citadels, mental fortresses where your true self can reside untouched by external validation or rejection. It means finding meaning not in social approval, but in the pursuit of truth itself, however uncomfortable that truth may be. There are practical strategies that can help. Develop multiple masks for different social contexts while keeping your core self intact. Seek out rare kindred spirits rather than trying to fit in with the masses. Channel your insights into creative work that may outlive initial rejection. Study history to see how often today's heresies become tomorrow's truths. Perhaps most importantly, Schopenhauer teaches us to reframe our suffering. The pain of being an outsider isn't evidence of your failure, it's proof of your vision. The hurt attacks what it fears, and it fears what it doesn't understand. Your isolation is the price of seeing reality more clearly than those around you. This perspective transforms alienation from a curse into a kind of initiation. Every great thinker, artist, and innovator has walked this path before you. Their works, now celebrated, were often initially rejected. Their ideas, now foundational, were once considered dangerous. Your experience of being hated for your intelligence places you in this lineage of truth-tellers throughout history. The modern world presents unique challenges for intelligent people. Social media rewards conformity and punishes nuance. Educational systems prioritize test-taking over critical thinking. Corporate cultures value team players over original minds. In such an environment, maintaining intellectual integrity becomes an act of quiet rebellion. Yet Schopenhauer's life offers hope. Though ignored in his prime, his ideas eventually transformed Western philosophy, influencing everyone from Nietzsche to Freud to Einstein. The same society that first rejected him later recognized his genius. This pattern repeats throughout history. First rejection, then acceptance, then celebration, often posthumously. The practical implications are clear. If you find yourself hated for your intelligence, take heart. You're in good company. The pain you feel isn't evidence of your deficiency, but of society's. And while the path of the truth-teller is never easy, it's the only path worth taking for those who value reality over illusion. Truth over comfort, integrity over approval. In the end, Schopenhauer's message is both warning and consolation. The world will hate you for seeing clearly, but that hatred is your confirmation. Not that you're wrong, but that you're right. And that's a burden only the strongest minds can bear, but also the greatest privilege. If this truth resonates with you, leave a comment below with the word awakened. Let's find our tribe of thinkers in the darkness. And if you're ready for more uncomfortable truths, subscribe. This channel is for those who choose to see reality clearly, no matter the cost. The world needs minds like yours, even if it doesn't know it yet.